We hope this video accomplishes at least two goals. Number one, to educate medical professionals, residents, students in training, lawmakers, policy writers, law enforcement, and the general public to the undeniable facts from a medical standpoint that led to the death of Mr. George Floyd. And number two, to extend and continue this conversation from a medical and public health standpoint in hopes that this specific tactic be banned, outlawed, and no longer protected by qualified immunity so that no one in the future suffers this same fate.
In the top left corner is a vital sign monitor commonly used during surgical procedures. The three vital signs being monitored during this reenactment are: on top in green is the heart rate, middle in light blue is pulse oximetry or level of oxygenation, then on bottom in yellow, the rate of breathing. For reference, normal levels are provided.
So we had to stop our reenactment at 1 minute and 15 seconds for three main reasons. Number one, I experienced tachypnea. Now, tachypnea is when you increase the rate of your breathing. The normal rate of breathing is anywhere between 12 and 14 breaths per minute. I was as high as 32 to 36 breaths per minute. This is what happens when you are trying to breathe rapidly as if you're hyperventilating in order to catch your breath. Number two, I began to experience numbness and tingling in my arms and my hands. We call those paresthesias. Usually that occurs from the upper body and can spread all the way down to the lower body. We also stopped at 1 minute and 15 seconds, and I was the one who said stop, because if we had proceeded, someone else would have had to say stop. So at the end of that, obviously there's a number of emotions, but it's not about that. The difficulty I had in breathing was the thing that stood out the most to me. Not being able to, even though this was a controlled environment and I knew I had control to be able to say stop, or the fact that my hands were behind my back but they weren't fully, I wasn't fully restrained so I could protect myself. We stopped because I felt it would be too unsafe to continue. I was having difficulty catching my air. My hands started tingling and were going numb. There's not a lot that needs to be done. We already know what happens if this would have occurred for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. So we did what was safe, and I hope that this has been educational.